Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tuning the voyages. It is the DOUG here once again. This time, though, I am not doing any Let's Play. I'm reviewing the game I recently platinumed Sunday evening, early Monday morning. And it's from the Run of Ricardo games, but I will get into the history of that because technically it is and it isn't. It's called Jisei. In the first case, I do apologize for any mispronunciation. Of course, this game came out on the 21st last week, 24th on the Switch, and it's available in the US for $4.99. In Canada, though, it's $6.99. Pretty much, if you want a description of a game, a teenager with no name and no home wanders from one city to the next, burdened by the weight of his extraordinary ability. He's accused of murdering a woman that he's never met. He seeks out to prove his innocence and find the true killer. The investigation quickly takes a turn for the complicated when a strange voice appears in his head, warning him. And unfortunately, I forgot to turn off notifications. Sorry about that. Searching for clues, interrogating witnesses, and find a murderer. Even with your extra abilities, it will still take solid facts in logic to prove you're innocent. Enjoy this cult classic indie mystery visual novel with HD art, backgrounds, and assets. Now, the reason that is said, because believe it or not, I did do some research here on this. I know, Doug do research. It's amazing that Doug actually would do that. Let me back up one page because my phone wants to be stupid. Because originally, here's the funny thing, the HD version just came out last week. The game's been out for a while now, actually. As this was initially created by those at Shake Visuals way back in 2010, releasing on the PC to deliver, was probably one of the founders of the visual novel genre. You know, I kind of have picked it up. So I don't know if we'll see the rest of them on here. It will be interesting to see. Now, of course, I will be honest with the trophy list. Yeah, the trophy list is very easy. I wouldn't really worry about trying to platinum it. There are multiple endings, though. But as you see, there's an epilogue. I am not going to be showing the epilogue off because I think if you're going to buy this game, you should own it yourself. But I am going to show how the gameplay works a bit. First, you do have the music room, which really ain't much. You also get a sketch card, and you also get your parameters. Now, what's funny is this does have voice acting, excluding for the main character who is on this thing. So let's show you what we have. Whoever said that your life flashes before your eyes when you die should be shot. Then maybe here's see what it's really like. When you die, there are only two things. The first is sudden and terrifying realization that you are dying. The second thing is the final wish. As a person dies, there's always one last thing they wish they could do before they pass on. Sometimes it's as simple as wanting to say goodbye to a loved one, but usually it's a wish full of pain and regret. It's a wish for a life lived better, an angry word taken back, or a promise kept, a wish that would never be granted. Yeah, death sucks every single time. But I've experienced so many, I'm kinda numb to the whole thing by now. That's not to say I'm comfortable with it, I'm just used to it. After all, experiencing death is the story of my life. Yes, this actually has an opening, believe me, which is kind of hilarious to me. I hope I don't get hit with a copyright strike with the music. Chance Jackson. Jennifer Bernstrom. I'm going to try. I'm gonna try not to pronounce that name either. Oh, that one. I blinked slowly, trying to get my bearings. This place doesn't look familiar. Everything has looked familiar to me. I yawn as my mind slowly clears. The room I'm in is filled with the scent of freshly ground coffee. I hear something. A machine? Steam? Right. I'm in a coffee shop in some city called Edgewater. So, Edge took over a city and named it after himself? It's my second day in this city. Judging from the empty cup on the table in front of me, I stopped here for a coffee because I was getting sleepy. And then I fell asleep. Typical. Guess even a triple shot mocha latte isn't enough to keep me up these days. I wonder if I should get another one. Why not? I head over to the counter. No one else is in line since it's till the afternoon. The girl at the counter grins as soon as she sees me.
Did you have a nice nap?
By the way, this is one of the few with voice acting in it. I have to remember if I get the Devil May Cry later to turn off notifications. Gotta remember that. So yeah, that is one thing with this game. This is actually one of the few Akata games with voice actors in it. So you don't have to hear me do any of the female voices, but you can also turn them off if you wish. You saw me? Excluding him, he's the only one who doesn't have voice acting for some reason.
Don't worry, you weren't snoring or anything. But I'd wipe that drool off your face if I were you. I'm kidding. You're fine.
She laughs and winks at me.
So, what can I get for you?
Uh-oh. Ugh.
Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah.
Pearl.
Why am I feeling this now? There shouldn't be any reason.
Hey, if you're not feeling well, the bathrooms are down that hallway.
Yeah, thanks. I grab the counter for support and stumble off in the direction she's pointing. My head is hurting even more now. If I'm feeling this sick, it can only mean one thing. Someone has died. As I walk down the hallway, I see the door to the women's bathroom is wide open. You're kidding. I wish this were a joke, but the instant throbbing in my head tells me otherwise. Lying on the tile floor of the women's bathroom is the corpse of a woman. I enter the restroom, gagging at the smell of the restroom's flowery perfume and disinfectant. The knife sticking out of her chest doesn't make me terribly optimistic about what I'm about to do next. I hope she died quickly, otherwise this is going to end up being very unpleasant. I grace around quickly to make sure no one is looking before I reach forward and touch her arm. I brace myself for the sudden pain in my chest, but it never comes. I can't breathe. I try to open my mouth, but it refuses to open. Something's on my face. I want to tear it away, but something is holding me down. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I only wish that... As my opens, I strictly guess for air. I know I wasn't exactly suffocating, but still a reflex. My brain always remembers the pain of every death I experience, even though none of them are mine. I'm suddenly aware of someone staring at me from the hallway.
What did you do?
A woman standing behind me, staring in horror at the dead body laying on the restroom floor. I didn't... Wait! I sigh and shake my head. This isn't going to end well. Then again, it never does.
Hey, kid! Move away from the body!
A man strides brusquely down the hallway towards me. His voice and demeanor are sharp, fluid, and commanding. Even without the uniform, it's obviously some sort of man of the law. Considering what he's wearing, I guess police officer. Sorry, officer, I promise I didn't move anything. He looks surprised.
Officer?
Officer? Oh, you're not sorry. My dad was a police officer. You look kinda like him. I mean, you carry yourself the same way.
Your dad was an officer? Which precinct?
He sounds skeptical. I guess I can't blame him. I don't remember. It was a while back when we still lived in L.A. He raises an annoying eyebrow as if he just caught me in a lie, but he doesn't comment on it.
I see. Well, why don't you come with me?
Sure. I followed the officer back to the main area of the shop. The woman who first saw me is standing by one of these tables looking shaken. The other people in the shop are the girl who works here and a guy who looks like he's in college.
Excuse me, everyone. I'd like your attention for a moment. I'm Detective Mikolai Gursky.
The detective pauses for a moment. It looks like he's trying to choose his words carefully.
Unfortunately, a dead body has just been discovered on this premises.
What? But how? I mean, who?
Unfortunately, I don't know anything about the situation yet. Because of this, I'm going to have to ask you all to stay here until the police come.
Until they come? You mean the police aren't here yet? What?
I'm technically not on duty right now. I just happen to be here.
I see.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak with each of you separately. It'll help move the investigation along if I can start collecting information now. Is that okay?
Sure. Anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes. It's fine.
What about you? Right. Then we'll start with...
The detective motions for me to follow him to the hallway, away from the rest of the coffee shop. Now, of course, if you've already played this once, you can actually just skip everything, go la 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 hoo. So keep that in mind. Now, the point of the game is this. You have to find out who actually killed her. Of course, you have some choices. You have to talk to everyone, and then and it's supposed to give you clues on anything who did it. Now, there are multiple endings. The best ending is actually capturing the killer. The second best ending is you live, but the killer gets away. The next endings are bad. You get arrested, or you get killed. Now, I was not able to figure out who actually was the killer on my first try. The killer got away. You know, I kind of was able to place enough things, but I wasn't able to actually prove it, unfortunately. I kind of chose the wrong dialogue option. So be one with that. Now, of course, you can also hit I want to go back if you move. Of course, you can move around, you can examine the room, and you can talk to people. Now, with that being said, there are multiple trophies in this. You're not going to be able to get all the trophies on your first playthrough because you have to go through so many dialogue options. So my best bet is this. Make quick save points if you want to follow the trophy guide for this, because there is a trophy guide, a walkthrough to tell you each step by step of what to do to get the trophies. But I'd recommend on your first one, do what I did and play it blind. Try to use your detective skills, or in my case, very limited intelligence, to figure out who did it. I'm not going to tell you who did it though, because of the fact of that would be ruining the surprise. But pretty much all you do is you get to talk, and I recommend pay attention to every detail, because of the fact even the littlest detail could actually help you solve this on your first try. Other than that, this game is really
surreal, isn't it?
The game is really nothing too applauding to be about. It is a basic visual. It's not one of the worst visual novels I've done, and it's actually a very good story here, which is something I applaud. But what hurts the game, to me, to be honest, it's a very quick story. Even if you're going for all the endings, you probably will get this game done in about an hour or so. And that's getting all the endings and the trophies. So, and the game is $4.99, but it is a very quick romp, unlike some of the other Rakata games, you know, with the shoot 'em ups and everything, to where, yeah, you can get the trophies quickly in the platinum, but there's still, the game still keeps going because of the fact that if you haven't officially beat the last boss or blah blah blah. But this game is good though. I'm not going to dog it. It is a good game. It's just, I wish there was more to it. But it makes me believe that we'll probably see a second and a third one probably down the road, I have a feeling, because of the fact this is the first case. I'm presuming so because I don't know much about the original game that came out in 2010. If somebody would love to give me some information about that, I would love to know it personally, so I know what I would be getting into if the next ones come out. The voice acting's good, the music's good, the story's good, but again, just not enough meat on the bone for length to actually,
Knowing you're in the same building as a dead body, I mean.
to have a hard time recommending it unless you're a platinum hunter. Overall though, the game's trophy wise, I give it about a 1.5 out of 5. So it's very easy. I just put it at the 1.5 because you do have to do a little bit of multiple playthroughs, a little bit.
By the way, my name's Chance.
Chance, that sounds like such a fake name. Of course, then you do get to ask questions, you know.
I get that a lot. The truth is, I changed my name. My parents named me Bertha. That's not exactly a good name for a famous singer. Crazy dream, but I'm willing to take the chance. That's why I chose that name. Get it? Chance? I'm pretty cheesy, huh? Really? I didn't know that. You're pretty smart. That's cool. I know someone just like you.
Of course, pay attention to that, because like I said, each thing has a meaning, particularly at the epilogue, which I'm not showing. You got to get that yourself or look it up yourself. So, I do give the game, though, my score of a 3. It's not a bad game, and there's a lot here to enjoy, but I think what hurts it is the fact of it being such a very short game. Normally I could overlook that, but in this situation I cannot. And you can ask Vibrator and Fire Ninja if you follow me on Twitter. You saw all the trophies I was getting, boom, 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 boom. It is a very short game, and that's kind of disappointing, because usually with Makata games, I'm able to still enjoy them after I get the platinum, you know, for at least another few hours. But in this one, that's just not the case. But the reason I still give it a 3, even though that negative aside, good music, the story is very good, and the voice acting is good as well. But I would like to know your opinion of this game. Did you enjoy it? If you bought it yet, or if you played it back in 2010, which was 10 years ago. Good lord, have things changed since then? Or did you not enjoy this for it being a visual novel? And matter of fact, it's one of the normal visual novels I've actually done in the last few months. Well, over the last year actually, since Winter's Daydream. You know, that became Nightmare Fuel. The one with the candy became somewhat of Nightmare Fuel for some people. The Strawberry Vinegar game pretty much proved to be batshit insanity near the end of it. But this one's a normal one, but the reason I'm also not making this a Let's Play video is because of the fact that it is so short. That's why I'm doing this as a review in this situation. But yeah, pretty much this is what you can do once you beat it once. Just go blah 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 blah, and that's all you have to do, and then it's very easy. You can't do it doing your first playthrough, so you actually have to read everything.
Yeah, but I'm only a part-time
You
student.
can do auto as well,
Community
but
college is expensive. I have to keep a part-time job just to stay afloat.
so yeah, it's pretty much all you do here, guys. It's like X and all1 mostly, and square. Now here's the thing. This first one, you actually get a chance to do a trophy. If you do the first one, it's you're being reasonable. The second one, you're being an asshole. Just keep that in mind. That's pretty much it, guys. But let me know what you think of this game. Did you enjoy it? If you played it yet, are you going to check it out for yourself to see who is the killer and everything? But let me know in the comment section who you think the killer is. Is it Chance, the bubbly coffee shop worker? Is it the redhead who's stern and mean? Or is it the nerd? Oh, it could be the cop as well. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until next time, hopefully later tonight, when I, hopefully weather permitting, I can get to Devil May Cry and start Verge's Downfall. Have a good Monday, and I'll see you all real soon. Peace out, everybody.